All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era. I don't have very much experience with live streaming board games, but I'm going to do our best. And I am sorry for the terrible video quality because all I'm using is a high definition camera. I would love to use a 4K camera so that you could actually see all the details and everything, but instead of, postponing this forever until I actually get good equipment, I just figured I'll use what I have and we will get going. And so thank you for anybody who joins me today and is interested in Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era board game, as well as any kind of games that I do this with, sort of like Gloomhaven. I've streamed in the past on TTS, and that's been a lot of fun. And so we'll just do the best that we can. And so I have played one full campaign of this so far, plus one other session where me and my cousin got through like 3 days. But it's super fun. I'm absolutely in love with this game, and I'm really excited to bring this game to you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we are going to be playing as a Nord burglar. And what my main gimmick is going to be about is the Nord's ability is once per battle when performing an engage with a weapon, add one enemy combat die or engage with single hand, double hand, or ranged. Add one enemy combat die to your engage, plus an additional enemy combat die for each weapon in my inventory. Sorry, I have to get used to working around the whole screen and everything. And so our goal is to just stack as many weapons as we can, and it's also in my total inventory, which we can have up to 8 as, not in my active inventory. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the reason that I chose a burglar is because the burglar class helps you get items. So for example, I can spend 1 tenacity to get one gaining an item from a cache. You may draw 2 additional items, and you can choose 1 to gain and discard the other 2. And so we are just going to be trying to rack up these items. So that's the idea on how this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we will see and find out. Let me do some tinkering around here for a minute. Oh, also there's a high probable chance that my computer crashes. And so, that's always something fun as well to deal with. Okay, let me take a look at let me see here. Looks like the categories I need in Twitch didn't go through. So I want to put this in board games. Done. Okay, and then my tags. Should probably tag Elder Scrolls. I don't know if any of this matters, but bear with me. It's been a very long time since I have streamed, and so it's gonna take me a bit, but I'm hoping to get back into this more. I really do love live streaming, but it's really hard. It's really flippin' hard. If no one has said that, let me be the first to tell you, it's really hard. Why is YouTube not seeing this? I'm not able to change my YouTube thumbnail, which is, I guess it's not the worst thing, but I want to make sure that I'm live streaming over at YouTube. You know what? I'm probably not even findable. Because I deleted all of my Pokemon Unite videos. And I also unsubscribed from myself. Oh, nice. Way to go. Gym leader Justin. And let me see here. If I put this to channels, maybe I can... Live? Yep, there we go. Okay. So, I do see myself on YouTube, so... Yay! I am myself a watcher. Yeah, I actually think that'll be alright. I think that'll be okay. This will be okay. Let me see here. Okay, so if I am live on YouTube, then where is... Why do I not see my... Why do I not see myself? Why can I not change the thumbnail for the live? Oh well, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Alright, we're just gonna... Yeah, I obviously don't know what I'm doing right. Alright guys, sorry. Oh, it's been a long day of work and kids, but it's good because we get to play this game. Alright. So the first thing that we do is we are going to, well, we already selected our race and our class, and so now we take now we get to join a guild, and so we shuffle, and then we get to choose one of these. So we've got the Fighters Guild, the Circle of Champions, and the Sigic Order. The perk with going with the Fighters Guild is for your guild kiosk town action, spend 1 saved XP to train any fighting warrior type skill line from the trainer bag. From your guild, spend 1 saved XP to train any from the trainer bag. Okay, so this lets me use XP to specifically choose what warrior skill line I would want to do. So the examples of the warrior skill line is like right here. These are all the magic skill lines. And so let me find the warrior skill lines to see if I'd want to take that. Oh, here it is. Well, no, wait, that's the stamina. Because there's the thief, the warrior, and the mage as the various types. So I believe that would count like two-handed, one hand and shield, and then I don't honestly know what else is. I guess I have to look at the actual tokens to figure that out. Let me see. Whoops. Yeah, so all of these red ones. So two-handed bow, one hand and shield, heavy armor. So those are all of these warrior type skill lines. So I'd be able to get those without using a town action. The thing is, I find XP more important than town actions personally. Although, if I am going to be picking up a bunch of weapons, perhaps that's not a bad one, because then I could use the XP to pick that up, and then I would be able to supplement it with that. Alright, Circle of Champions. For your guild kiosk town action, search the cash deck, the small item deck, the common item deck, I guess, is technically what it is. And gain the first weapon. Yes. Or armor. Yes. This would synergize perfectly with what we want to do. So we will join the Circle of Champions. Max Agon YouTube channel. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? What do you know about Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era? I am super excited to start this journey. Oh, it's you, Lo Chang. Hey, what's up, Lo Chang? You always have a different name. How you doing, man? Good to have you joining me for a minute. Crazy that you actually found me the one time that I'm streaming, huh? Well, welcome. So glad you're able to stop by, man. Been praying for you. You come to my mind every so often. And yeah, just keeping you in my prayers. Alright, so joining the Circle of Champions will dictate... Oh, nice. You get to see my bald head. That's fantastic. What our quest line is. And so now that we have the Circle of Champions, we are in the Black Marsh. Is going to be how the location, or I guess it's called region, the region that we are going to be traveling through. And so let's go ahead. You don't know anything about Elder Scrolls? Yeah, it's a tactical turn-based board game. Is the genre. Tactical turn-based RPG, technically. So essentially, you have a character, you gain experience. You learn skills, you get stronger, and that's essentially how it works. So, alright, so because we are in the Black Marsh, we go to the Black Marsh Gazetteer. And we go to the Circle of Champions because that is our guild. And then we find out what our quest from our brand new guild is. Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Fighters Guild, Dark Brotherhood, Undaunted, Outer Watch, Sigic Order, Eyes of the Queen, Circle of Champions. All right, very last one. Circle of Champions. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and go through this. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm still learning how to do this. All right. Session snapshot. Complete 3 clashes in 3 different towns, with each clash escalating in difficulty. As you're being welcomed to the Black Marsh division of the Circle of Champions, the local battle master pulls you aside. I've heard you know how to be discreet, she says. We've received word that several of the mightiest Circle of Champion fighters in Black Marsh are being hired for some sort of off-the-books transportation work, while the illegal activity using their travel for Circle events as cover for moving illicit goods. We need someone to look into these occurrences as they tour the region. Are you up for it? After you agree, she smirks. Be careful, she cautions. Once people learn that you're looking into this, you're liable to get a target on your back. So we start in Leyawiin. So if we hop on over to our map, we can find Leyawiin. Nice. Already messing things up. Perfection. So let's see here. We need to grab our little person. We start in Leyawiin, which is right here, looks like. Yep. Leyawiin. And then our goal is quest objective. So, quest objective, travel to either Deadwater Village, Root Whisper Village, Percolating Mire, or Stormhold, and initiate the following clash recommended by day 4. In the following quest steps, you will be required to complete clashes in multiple other towns on this list. Use your campaign journal to track which towns you have completed clashes in. When deploying enemies, use as many enemies as possible. So I think that means that this bypasses the enemy points. And so, like, if we have 8 guys, then we would use, like, if we have 8 XP, we'd use 8 level 1s. Because we have to use as many enemies as possible. So that's kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and head back to our map. And then we can go ahead and put some tracking marks. Tracking markers on here. So Deadwater Village. Where's Deadwater Village? Root Whisper Village is here. Percolating Mire or Stormhold. Deadwater Village. Percolating Mire. Percolating Mire is all the way up here. Okay. So Deadwater Village. We have Root Whisper Village. We have Percolating Mire. We have and Stormhold. Stormhold. Stormhold is all the way up here. All right, and we start in Leyawiin. So we gotta scoop booty in order to get that to work. Dang. All right. Well then. And that's... Okay, so I have to travel to one of those and initiate the clash by day 4. Okay. So we have 3 movements over here. Every region has a unique overland mechanics. So let's go over that now. Alright, overland mechanics. Known for its ever-changing and inhospitable weather, Black Marsh tests the planning and endurance of its travelers. At the start of the session, place a book token on the sunny weather space on the overland map. When triggering the Activate Province effect step, move the book token to indicate the weather as dictated by the overland icon drawn. During the overland phase, consult the current weather condition as it affects your base overland movement. The current weather may also affect encounters and the strength of enemy skills, which the enemy skills is Native Stormseer. For quests that include that token, the overland icons also control those tokens' movements during the Activate Province. In fact, we do not have the NPC. So, set the weather to sunny, set the weather to rainy. Okay, so if we draw this symbol, that symbol, we set it to sunny, that symbol to rainy, and that to flood. Move token 4 hexes toward their destination, 3 hexes toward their destination, or move token 1 hex toward their destination. No icon. Weather remains as is. Do not move any overland token. And then there's the overland phase. Sunny, the party's base overland movement is 3. Rainy is 2. And flooding is the party's base overland movement is 2. When gaining fatigue, to continue overland movement, adventurers must gain over fatigue instead of a light fatigue. Alright, hold on. My kids are yelling at me. I'll be right back. goodness. Children are fun. That's what I keep telling myself. All right. Where were we? All right. So let's just go ahead and get our day going. Okay. So we are in Leowin. So that is where our first day. So let's go ahead and adjust our day counter. We start with 2 XP as well as 2 tenacity. And we start in Leowin. So in Leowin, we can get 4 common items, 2 legendary items, 5 trainers, and then we can use the inn, the quest board, our guild, and the alchemy station. Ooh, I might just keep using our guild, honestly. Let's take a look at what items are available. So there are 4 common items and 2 legendary items, as well as 5 of any trainer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, before I do this, actually, I should have picked my own. I should have picked my own free skill. I'm planning on using a lot of weapons. Okay, so once per battle, when performing an engage in any of those forms, I add 1 enemy combat die to my engage plus an additional enemy. So it doesn't matter what I'm in. As long as I'm in it, I'm always adding more dice. I do only have 2 recovery right now, and I also only have 2 stamina right now, so I can only roll 2 dice and I can only recover 2 dice. I love double hand, except that, you know what I might do? I might go bow. I have not gone bow yet. So I'm going to be like a burgling archer, maybe? I haven't gone bow yet. Oh, I can't go. I have sword and shield, or I have double-handed. I have sword and shield, or I have double-handed. So these are the 2 that I could pick, and then the other 3 are actually magic. So, I mean, I feel like I should just go one of these. The thing is, last time I played, I had both of those, actually. And it was really good. Yeah, I'm going to go sword and shield. It's just going to be easier. I'm going to be able to get more attacks off. Oh, wait, this is only once per battle, though. That is once per battle. Okay, that's not nearly as busted as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so if we go back to this, let's take a look at our items. We're still going to try to spam our items. So we're only going to really look at item cards. We don't care about potions or anything like that. Ooh, alright, well, what's this? When visiting a trainer, you may train a warrior type skill line of your choice from the bag. So that would give us, if we wanted bow, this would literally just give us bow. Otherwise, if we take a look at our guild option, we could also search the common deck and gain the first weapon. I have 2 weapons here, so I don't really need to use it. If you only roll combat skill dice for this engage, gain 2 tenacity. I like that. I will definitely grab that. And for this engage, if it includes no combat skill dice, increase your range by 2. Oh, if it includes no combat skill dice. So that means that I would have to search for bow. So I'll go ahead and take that, and maybe we'll test that out. Okay, the rest of these items go away. Trying to get moving here. So I have two town actions, so I can do 2 of anything. What's a town square action? Search the common deck for a weapon of your choice and set it aside. Then shuffle the deck. At the end of the town encounter, place the set aside weapon face down on the top of the deck. Okay, so that can force you to get a weapon as well. So my bow isn't going to be useful to me as of yet. Oh wait, but I can't. I'm already trying to cheat, guys. I only have 2 actions, so I can either learn this or I can take both of these. But I can't do all 3 actions. You know what? I think taking... This is hard, actually. I think I won't take the bow for now. And then I'll take this skill line and this weapon, and then I will go ahead and learn the sword and shield. Where is this at? Sword and shield, or hand and shield, I guess. That's what it's called, one hand and shield. And then I can gain a couple of these skill dice. What color are they? They should be brown, looks like. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and take our level 1 there. Shield discipline is great. And then I'm just going to try to master this. So I'll go ahead and I could take another level 1 if I wanted the same thing. Or I can take a level 2. So I'll go ahead and take this level 2. Oh, wait. Oh. I forgot. I still have to get my initial thing. So my initial skill line. So I could go bow. You know what? I'm inclined to actually, because this would cost me XP to get both of these. But I think for my initial skill line, I actually do want to try to go, what's this called? Heavy armor. I'm going to try doing something. So I'm going to get heavy armor as my first skill line, which is free. And then as my second skill line, I'll spend 2 XP, 1 and 1, to get those. And then I will... So now I've got one hand and shield, as well as heavy armor, and that's where we're at. And this is day 1, and we have 12 days. So we will see what this can do for us. All right, perfect. All right, so that's the end of day 1. We need to heal up our health to 4. We do have 2 tenacity, which we actually could have used with this. When getting an item from a cache, okay, so that's during battle. Interrupt at the start of a town encounter with a shop. Perform a lockpick check on one item in the shop. If successful, gain the item and draw a new item from its corresponding deck. You know what? I'm going to try doing that, because why not? I'm going to try to lockpick that bow that we had. And so how we do that is we have 3 tries. We have to get a 6, a 3, and a 2. And so let's see if we can do that. I need a 6, a 3, and a 2. So we got our 2. And I need a 6 and a 3. So this is my second try. I could gain a light fatigue to turn this into a 3, but I don't know what that's going to be. So I'm just going to roll for my third time. I got the 3, so I could gain 4 fatigue and get it with this. Is gaining 4 fatigue worth gaining 1 enemy combat die for the rest of the game? And it being this early on. 4 fatigue is a lot. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and gain 4 fatigue to change... Wait, this was a 2, right? Okay, I'm going to change this 2 into a 6 by gaining 4 fatigue, because 4 plus 2 equals 6. And what that essentially does is, if I go over to my player mat, I'm going to just try to roll peaceful encounters for these first few, so that after each day I can recover these off. Because I'm only recovering 2 per round in a battle. And so we'll see if that works. Okay, but I do have this now. It doesn't do me good except for my burglar, or my Nord passive. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's a good idea. Probably not. Okay, so now it is end of day phase, and I get to recover 1 health, get to recover 1 die in my fatigue. We set the day counter to 2. I am still at 2 XP. So from Leowin, and then end of day, we also have to draw a passive, which is going to be this icon, which means it is now rainy, which means we, what does rainy do? Rainy means that we can only travel 2 spaces instead of the 3. So, bummer. And then this was the swamp fever that I was supposed to draw, but oh boy. What does fatigue do? So, if we look at our player mat, every round of battle we recover, so I have 2 recovery right now. And so these fatigue are blocking my recovery. So as I roll dice, they go into my cooldown track, and so this kind of gets clogged up, and so this would be like turn 1, I'd recover these, and then turn 2, I would recover these, and then this would go back into my track. And so if this is like clogged with fatigue, then you're not able to get your attack dice back, and you'll be useless. But my plan is to choose to do peaceful encounters for the next few turns so that I don't have to worry about this, because at the end of each day, I can recover 1 of these skill dice. And I'm just being greedy for my brand new bow as well. Okay, so that's what fatigue does. It'll make a lot more sense in combat. Okay, so Rise and Shine, day 2, it's raining out, so I only have 2 movement to go to. And I need to decide on choosing 1 of these paths to go to by day 3. So 2 movement could get me to this place, which that could be a conflict or peaceful, so I don't really want to do that. Wow, my camera's awful. There is this peaceful spot, but that's only 1 away. I'd really like to go more, but there's really nothing else peaceful around me in this rainy weather. So I'm going to go ahead and move just 1, and from that, we get a peaceful encounter. So let's see what this is. All right. And I'm not going to read the storyline. Each of these have stories, but I kind of like just playing the game, and I don't have infinite time. So just get to it. All right. So we can choose a path that gives us 1 experience, or we have another path that gives us 1 experience. So follow the waterways, but step carefully, or too risky, best to hunker down. Each adventurer may gain up to 4 light fatigue. Each adventurer who gains fewer than 4 must discard 1 item, and is dealt true damage equal to 4 minus the fatigue gain. All adventurers skip today's adventure's rest step. Ouch! Yeah, don't want to do that one. Each adventurer must gain 2 light fatigue and exhaust 2 available skill dice. Persistent. During your next overland phase, the party's base overland movement is reduced by 1. Then discard this card. Wow. So I'm just getting bogged down by Mysterious Rain. That is insane. I mean, I get 1 XP for this. And then I gain 2 light fatigue into my cooldown track. And during my next overland phase, the party's base overland movement is reduced by 1. Then discard this card. So I got to keep that out. Woof. All right, so that's the end of the second day. I do get my I do get to recover 1 of my fatigue because of the end of day rest period. And then this has that icon, which I'm going to have to refer to the Gazetteer again to see what that means. So for the encounter phase, set the weather to flooding. Move, that does not apply to me, so it is now flooding. What does flooding do? The party's base overland movement is 2. When gaining fatigue to continue overland movement, adventurers must gain over fatigue instead of light fatigue. And over fatigue is even worse than light fatigue because over fatigue is black, and instead of you being able to like get rid of it, normally it just goes to the back of your cooldown tracker. And so you can get rid of it at ends or rest periods or end of day rest phase, but yeah, that's not good. So for day 3 here, it is flooding now. We are now on day 3. I do have 1 experience on my player mat here from my previous encounter. These cost me 2 experience. If I wanted to get another agility, that'd cost me 2 experience. And if I want to increase my fatigue recovery, or my cooldown track, that's going to cost me 3 experience. So there's really nothing valuable for me to spend my XP on, so I'm not going to worry about that one so far. So for this overland encounter, I do still only have 2 movement speed. So I guess I'm moving 1, 2. And yeah, we'll see what this is. So it is a battle. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw the battle card, and we will see what it is. Alright, so for this battle, we do gain 2 XP. And then we also have 3 XP. Alright, for this clash, use the 3 hex and 17 hex tiles instead of the clash tile. Ignore all icons on the tiles, instead deploying enemies and caches as indicated. Only deploy 1 enemy and 1 plus 1 cache, so 2 caches. For every 5 points remaining in the enemy points after deploying enemies, add 1 health to all enemies. Okay, only deploy 1 enemy. Okay, caches are not discarded when a lockpick check is failed. The defense stat of all enemies is equal to the number of caches on the battle mat. The defense stat of all enemies is equal to the number of caches on the battle map. If the weather is flooding, which unfortunately it is, you cannot retreat from this battle. Okay. So I gotta use this battle mat. And let's see here. As well as 2 of these little guys. according to that. So that goes here. And this goes here. Then those two. So I only deploy 2 caches. So let's say here and here. And then I can only deploy 1 enemy. And I am level 3, so that's 3 enemy points. So it's a level 1. And he has 3 health. There should be 2 more enemies, so he gains 2 more health. And he currently has a defense of 2 because there are 2 caches here. I can start anywhere on here. I'm going to take my time to burn through my fatigue there. So, yeah. Okay, so I take my turn first. I have 2 recovery, so I get rid of 2 of these. Those slide down. I'm going to stay put, and so I'm going to roll my 2 defense dice. Actually, I don't think I need to. So he's melee, and if I take a look at my heavy armor here, oh yeah. While this die is in your cooldown track, when you are dealt damage by an adjacent enemy, you may prevent damage. So that's the one that I want. And then this was my level 2. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize I had multiple level 2s. I should have taken a look at that. I also had 2 different level 1s. Okay, which one would I rather have? While this die is in your cooldown track, so C means cooldown track. After an adjacent enemy engages you, deal that enemy damage equal to the number of available combat dice you have. So if I have combat dice sitting here and somebody attacks me, I can deal them that much damage, which is 3. So that'd be kind of cool. Ironclad. While this die is in your cooldown track, resolve and constitution dice. Wait, these are resolving constitution. So this is my resolve die. So while this die is in your cooldown track, this die in your cooldown track each prevent 1 additional damage. Okay, while this die is in your cooldown track, when you are dealt damage by an adjacent enemy, you may prevent that damage. So I will go ahead and roll both of these. So I got... Oops. Wait, I'm so confused. I thought I had the resolve one. I want the resolve one. My bad. What am I doing? I swear that I had the resolve. I swear I had the resolve, and then that just literally switched in my hands. It was like a magic trick. Okay, so I got resolve 2 armor. So while this is in my cooldown track, so you actually want this after a lot of dice so that it stays there longer. So I can prevent 2 armor. And then I got this one, and so this makes it so that this is an additional armor. So I have 3 armor right now, as long as I have these in my cooldown track. Okay, that's cool. So going lots of armor. It is now the enemy's turn, and he moves 2. His ability is Stalwart, which means I can only ever do a max of 1 damage to him at a time. And he has not 1 armor, but he has 2 armor because of the special rules of the 2 caches. So it goes back to my turn. I recover 2 fatigue. I still have those 3. I will go ahead and... Oops. I'll go ahead and move up to him. Move 2. Because I have 2 agility. And then... Oops, sorry. And then I will go ahead and select these 2 dice and roll them. That's unfortunate. So, this means I gain a tenacity. And then this means Deal 2 damage to your target for each shield and discipline die in your active slot, but I can't put it there because I missed. So I whiffed. Great start. Great start. All right, he now attacks me with 1 die. I do currently have my 3 armor. And so let's go ahead and see what he rolls. He rolls one attack on me. And I don't take it. It is now my turn once again. Oops, gotta keep going with the counter. So it's round 3. Go back to the player mat. I recover these 2. So I don't have my armor anymore. He's going to be hitting me again next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my armor. But because these are still in my cooldown track, I cannot roll these. I could roll these 3. But I can't because how many dice I can roll is determined on my agility. And so I can only roll 2, but he's got 2 armor, so that's not going to help us at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll my armor so he doesn't hurt me. Wow! Nothing! I whiff again. And now I don't have any armor because this boosts this, so I don't even get that. So I have 2 tenacity now. I will then go here and here. And I'll go ahead and try to pick lock this. Now, if I take a look at my burglar abilities, when gaining an item from a cache, which is what I am doing, you may draw 2 additional items. Choose 1 to gain and discard the other 2. None of those apply. All right. This is my passive, though, or my innate. Add 1 attempt to all your lockpick checks. After succeeding at a lockpick check, gain 1 tenacity. And so instead of 3 chances, I actually have 4. I should have done that when I was, trying to cut purse art the town encounter. But that's okay. So, let's grab this. We will attempt to do this, and this is going to be a 2-5-3. Wow, 2 and 5, so I just need a 3. And I got 4 chances, so that was 1. I could gain 1 light fatigue and just call it good. I got 2 more rolls, so that's 33% chance of me getting it. I think I like the chances of just re-rolling. I got 2 more tries. 3! Nice, I got it. Alright, I'm okay with this, so I don't need to do this ability at all. Because it's a weapon, and I want that. It is now his turn, so this goes away. He now only has 1 armor, because there's 1 cache. He goes, let's say he moves there, so he doesn't get in my way. He attacks me for 1. He hits me for 1. I do not have my armor, so I do take 1 health, which brings me down to 3 health. Guess I'll just leave that there. Alright, my turn. I recover 2. I will go ahead and roll these 2 against him. Okay, yay. So that's a 2. And then this is a cross slash, which means heroic slash exhausts any number of shield discipline dice, which is this, from your active slots and deal 3 damage to your target for each die exhausted this way. So I could deal 5 damage to him this turn. I will go ahead and do that. So this goes into my track. I will exhaust this to go into my track. And then that deals 5 damage to him. He has 1 armor, so 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 1 health. The special rules also state that... let me see here. What was it? Okay, I was thinking that I couldn't defeat him until I got this, but that's not true. And then I will move 1, 2 towards this. It is now his turn. He moves 1 and attacks me. He hits me for 1. I do not have any armor, so I take 1. It is now my turn. I recover my armor. I am going to go ahead and roll my 3 basic combat dice. And I just need to get 2 of them to hit. Alright, I gain 1 more tenacity. And 2 of them do hit. So those go there. And then, so he has 1 armor. So he dies from that. And I am victorious. And then I will move 2 to this right here. Oh, I also forgot that I should have used my Nord special ability. I should have used my Nord special ability there. And I've got 3 weapons, so I would have rolled an extra 4 dice against him. Once per turn. But it wasn't needed, so that's okay. Though, if I was really thinking, I would have just used 1 die and then done that. But I'm still learning this game too, so take it 1 at a time. So now we get to this weapon. Alright, so this I'm not interested in. So when gaining an item from a cache, I'm going to spend 1 tenacity. So I'm going to spend 1 tenacity, and then that allows me to use this ability, which is when gaining an item from a cache, you may draw 2 additional items, and then I choose 1. Oh wait, my bad. I have to unlock it first. 4 tries. Four I got, and then I need 5 and 1. Okay, second try. Third try, 5, and then 1. 1 is hard. This is going to give me 2, but if it goes higher than that, which it's likely to, I'm going to just go ahead and stick with that. And because it's 2 off of the 1, I gain 2 light fatigue. But now I'm able to unlock that, and then now I will use my 1 tenacity to draw 2 more. And I get to pick 1. Now, I was hoping to get another weapon, but that was not in the cards. This gives me an extra class ability. Gain 1 bonus HP if you are in the Black Marsh province, which I am. Gain 1 additional bonus HP. Dang. Yeah, okay, I'll definitely grab that. And put that there. And then these 2 get discarded. Okay, well, that ended up being pretty okay. Except now I still have a lot of dice there. But that's okay. So I won that encounter. And let's see here. This can go back here. End of... Oh, I gained 2 XP from that. So I'm now at 3 XP. So with my 3 XP, I'm going to spend all 3 of that. And I'm going to increase my cooldown recovery by 50% from 2 to 3. And that will help out a lot. I think that's what I want to do, yeah. Okay, and now we're able to go back to here. End of day recovery, I get to choose any 1 die to recover. So I guess I will choose... you know what, I have that. I'll gain 3 of these. I might just get rid of 1 of my fatigue dice, honestly. And then it is, so I choose that. I heal 1 health for my recovery, end of day recovery. This gets put away over here. And then this determines my end of day effect. So it's this symbol, which means that it is now rainy. So I still only have 2 movement. This, I was supposed to get here on day 4. but I only have 2 movement. I could gain 2 more fatigue and get there, though. Is that worth it? It is a clash, I know. Otherwise, I will be doing this. It's 9:30. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and gain 2 fatigue and move an extra 1, 2. And then I will go ahead and do Deadwater Village Clash. So let's see what that looks like. I am part of the Circle of Champions. Alright, so looks like this is over here. Ooh, you know what? This looks more like a swampy. Yeah, which one? That's like Valenwood, I believe, but yeah, this looks swampy and eerie. So let's use that clash, and then this legendary item goes there, that goes there. Alright, we did gain 2 XP, so we are at XP 5. So the special rules for this clash. Hey, what's up? SC2 Isn't My Life. How's it going? Oh man, can't wait to play this one. Hey, I will tell you, it is a blast. I'm having so much fun. So we are finishing up our first quest, our first main quest of the day. And so we had to go to one of these locations and do this clash. And so now we are doing this clash. So the special rules for this is when deploying enemies, use as many enemies as possible. Oh, use as many humanoids as possible. Use as many humanoid enemies as possible. Okay, so that could be taken in 2 different interpretations. Does that mean... So how normal enemy points work is I have 5, and they go by 1-point baddies and 5-point baddies. And so, but as many humanoids as possible makes me think that I don't do a level 5, I do 5 level 1s that are all humanoids. Let me just read this to see if that thematically makes sense. As you're being welcomed to the Black Marsh division of the Circle of Champions, the local battle master pulls you aside. I've heard you know how to be discreet, she says. We've received word that several of the mightiest Circle of Champions fighters in Black Marsh are being hired for some sort of off-the-books transportation work. While the Circle has no rules against seeking additional employment, we have reason to believe these fighters are engaged in illegal activity, using their travel for Circle events as cover for moving illicit goods. We need someone to look into these occurrences as they tour the region. Are you up for it? Be careful. Once people learn that you're looking into this, you're liable to have a target on your back. In the following quest steps, you will be required to complete clashes in multiple other towns. Use your campaign journal to track. When deploying enemy, use as many humans as possible. So do I use 1 level 5 human, preventing it from being a beast or a Daedra? Or does this mean that I fight 5 level 1 humanoids? Because that would fill it up to 8. So I guess that's definitely an interpretation of it. If I look at the rules at enemy points, and this is something you will be doing a lot, is looking at the rule book, because it's very, there's a lot. Enemy pool, 54. Because there are a lot of exceptions to the enemy pool. Yeah, I mean, typically the enemy pool must be spent as efficiently as possible, regardless of battle mode, so that each enemy drawn has the highest possible level. But, like, that's the standard rule. So is this overturning that? And then here it says humanoid is the skull icon. I mean, it says as many humanoids as possible. So is that saying just avoid, like, don't, if you draw a beast, don't use a beast. If you draw a Daedra, don't use a Daedra, use a humanoid. Or is that saying that plus, instead of doing the level 5 humanoid, do level 5, level 1 humanoids, as many as possible? Well, I'm going to take it at face value. Here we go. Some battles specify that a certain type of enemy must be drawn. If a drawn chip does not meet the requirement, set it aside and redraw until the required trips are drawn. After all enemies are deployed, return the set aside enemies to the bag. I mean, I guess that would be it, right? Some battles specify that a certain type of enemy, in this case, humanoid, are spawn. Well, you know what? I'm going to play. Pause! Hello, friend! Hello, my love! How goes it? How are you, my European buddy? I'm gonna play this the way that I want to. I think technically the proper way to play it is probably to still keep the enemy pool the same, so just draw one level 5. However, I don't think that's fun, and in the spirit of being literal, use as many humans as possible. Well, that 5 humans is more than 1 human. So, the rules say it's possible, so I'm going to use 5 humans instead of 1 human. So, let's see here. That's a Daedra, that's a human, that's a human, that's a beast, that's a human, that's a human, that's a, what is that? Oh, Daedra. And then that's a human. All right, so I have 5 experience, and so I have to fight 5 humans. And honestly, they might kick my butt. I think one level 5 is going to be way easier than 5 level 1s. Holy cow. Okay, let's see here. So you have 5 health. So number 1 goes... That's not the right clash. This is the right clash. So number 1 goes there. Number 2 goes here. Number 3 goes here. I'm going to get my butt kicked. Here, number 4 goes here, and number 5 goes here. This was a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm not prepared for this. Yeah. So, okay. It's okay. I do have 4 items, and so I can use my Nord special ability to deal an extra 5 attack dice. So, probably use that sooner than later. Also, we should actually probably read these. So this lets me spend 2 tenacity to gain 2 extra HP. I might just do that now, because I am Black Marsh. I mean, this... Okay, I could do Shadowy Supplier, but that's RNG if I get to heal 3 on a 1 or 2. So that's not guaranteed, actually. So it would be better to use this to gain the health. So at the start of my turn, I will go ahead and do that. And gain 2 bonus HP. I'm putting it on top of my character to show that it's bonus HP, which means if somebody attacks me for true damage, it goes right through armor and bonus HP right to my base health, which currently is only 3. So I use my tenacity to use my burglar ability, Argonian Tunic, in order to get that. And then I have 3 weapons as well, so I should probably figure that out. It goes well. It's funny. I just finished playing Elder Scrolls Online. Got pinged that someone was streaming. Thought it was Warframe or something. Welcome back. How have you been? Dude, life is busy. I started a new job. I'm still working my old job, so I'm working 2 jobs right now. Elder Scrolls Betrayal: The Second Era just came, so I'm super excited about that. And I am... yeah, it's been busy, but I'm hoping, like I always say, to get back into streaming. And so we'll see if this goes anywhere. But I do absolutely love this game and am super psyched about it. But it's always good to read your messages. Pause. Okay, so we have a few items here. The bow is only useful if I have the bow skill line. If I only roll combat dice, I do gain 2 extra tenacity. And this is heavy armor, or double-handed weapon. Your combat skill dice, 2 damage results deal +1 damage. So if I crit, I do a mega crit. But it's only in 2-handed, if I choose to do that. But I have these mostly not for their own abilities, but for my Nord ability. And so let's go ahead and jump into this and probably die. Yay! Okay. Okay. Let's see here. He has aggressive. He has native. What does the native ability do? So the native ability is region specific. I am in the Black Marsh. And so for this native, at the start of the session, nope, that's not it. Stormseer. When this unit determines a target, its target must exhaust a number of dice from its active slots as determined by the weather. Rainy, which it is rainy, so 2. Wow, so he's going to completely negate like any armor that I get in my active slots. Nice. Okay, so that's what he's going to do. Divert means I can't one-hit KO her. She can only die if she's at 1 health. Steal means that he rolls a d6, and if it is greater than my health, then equal to or greater, I believe, then he steals one of my weapons, which would be bad. And she's got steal. Wow, they're just really trying to screw me over with their steal abilities. So he steals my defense. They steal my weapons. It's always best to go for the guys that deal like 2 damage. So, range 1, range 1, range 2, range 1, range 1. So, it's probably better for me to take a chill pill, go back here, and go ahead and recover. Because I upgraded my recovery, I get to recover 3 dice now. And so I got all of those in. If I choose to attack... Oh, I forgot to grab my battle stance, which goes here. Being sloppy here. So what do I want to do? I think for this engage, yeah, I had no idea Elder Scrolls had a board game. Guess I can't call myself a fan. It's new. I crowdfunded it like 2 years ago, and it just came out, so you're fine. Okay, what's the best case? So I recovered 3. Let's probably roll my defense. Will be my best bet here. Gosh, blah, blah, blah. I missed that as well. Wow. Okay, so I have 1 armor, I guess. I was hoping to have 3, but 1 armor is still going to help out a lot, honestly. Okay, so they all move. They're all level 1s, so I get to pick the order. I don't see anything too crazy that I can do. So they're all just going to move as far close to me as they can. Okay. And now it's my turn again, and it is round 2. Maybe it makes sense to have this round counter right there where you can see it. Huh? Wow. My camera is just getting blurrier and blurrier. Okay, I recover 3. Now, I do have, if I roll only combat dice in one hand, I do get to gain 2 tenacity. So that is helpful. Let's go ahead and go back to here. I feel like what I should do is take out the toughest guy. I only have 2 movement. I mean, okay, he has... they're going to be stealing all of my weapons and stuff. But she's got aggressive, and she's attacking me for 2, so I feel like I should go after her. I'm going to go here. I have 1 armor. And I guess I'm going to attack. I guess I'm going to attack with both of these dice, and we'll see what happens. Oh, and then I am going to use my Nordic ability. Once per battle, when performing an engage in one hand, double hand, or bow, add 1 enemy combat die to your engage plus each item. So that's 4 total extra dice I get to roll as well. And I am in 1 hand. So hopefully I one-shot this guy. Alright, so that is going to be... Okay, that's not the one I wanted. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 health. So unfortunately, I do have to resolve this one. Which means that I have to exhaust that. So I don't get that as part of my armor. But that's okay. Because we still one-shot him. So I guess, you know... A one-shot's a one-shot. Can't be too sad about it. And then... Alright, so next turn I'm only going to have 1 armor that I can do. So I'm debating if I want to use up these or if I want to save them for next turn. Because I can do another engage, but it would put a light fatigue on the end here. So that's just clogging up my fatigue cooldown. And then I could do these this turn. But then next turn is rather useless. And I'm putting this on the back end. So I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to end my turn there. So they all go first. So now this is where it can get strategic on where I place guys. So I'm going to have him go there to block this guy from getting to me. So he has aggressive, which means if he misses, he rolls again. He doesn't. He actually crits me for 3 minus my 1 armor, so 2. So that's 2 of my bonus health. And then I can have this guy go here, and I guess maybe here. And then I'll have this guy go here and here. And then he engages with me, attacks me, hits me for 1. That 1 is blocked. But he tries to steal from me. And he rolls a 4. I have 3 health. So he successfully steals one of my weapons. I will go ahead and pick my bow for him to steal. And then this guy moves 2 as well. He's not in range 2 though. So we recover 3 HP. So I could go into defense form to do this. Or I could just attack. He's got 1 armor though. I would gain 2 tenacity, which I could then use my Argonian tunic again in order to get. So I think what I'm going to do is attack with all 3 of these dice. Because I have this weapon, I am doing an engage with only combat skill dice, which will gain me 2 tenacity, which I will then use this to spend that 2 tenacity to gain an extra 2 health chips. And my roll is, okay, I get that again. And then that was 2 damage, so 1 net damage onto this guy. But I do bolster myself a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go so far. Okay. That was my turn. I can move back. Does it benefit me to move back? It actually does. So I'll go ahead and move back here. I will then activate this guy first. And he will move 1, 2. And then I'll activate this guy second. He cannot pass through any of his allies, so he's stuck and does not move. And then this guy will go. And he will roll, try to steal one of my items. He rolled a 2. I have 3 health. Bonus HP does not take into effect. So he does not steal from me. And then he attacks me for 1. He hits me for 1. And I've got 0 armor right now. So he does take 1 health. And now this guy will go 1, 2. He hits me for 2 with aggressive. So he gets to reroll and he misses. He crits me again! Oh no! I'm down to 1 health. This was short-lived. Recover these. Yeah. I just gotta go all out, man. I guess I'll start in defense form. No, I will definitely start in one-hand form. For my first engage, I will roll these 2. No! That is... Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I should have selected who I'm targeting. I'm going to target this guy, I think. Well, I don't keep this shield, unfortunately, because this one requires me to exhaust it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 4 damage onto him. 1, 2, 3. He's down to 1 health. And then I will go ahead and switch stances. Add a light fatigue. Go to defense. And then roll my defense dice. Can I please stop missing? Can I please stop missing? Gain a tenacity. I have 1 armor. And I guess I will use my Argonian tunic to spend 2 tenacity to gain 2 health. And that brings me back up to 3 health. He has 1. He has 3. He still has 5, and he has 5. Their turn. Do you crit me again? Alright, so he has aggressive, so he re-rolls a miss. He crits me again! This guy with aggressive has critted me 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row he has critted me. Oh my gosh. So he deals 3 damage to me. 2 damage after my shield. I have 1 health. This guy hits me for 1. He crits me and I'm dead. I got critted 4 times this game. And I rolled 3 or 4 misses. I blame Pause because he showed up. This kind of RNG crap only happens when Pause shows up. I'm just kidding, buddy. I always love it when I get to know that you're there. But yeah, I mean, I'm dead. So in a normal scenario, if you're dead, it's fine. You teleport to the nearest town, which this is technically a town. You do your recovery phase. So I would heal 1. Back up. I would get rid of 1 die. And then the day would just progress like normal onto the 5th day or whatnot. But I'm going to call it a night there because, yeah, I was just planning on doing the first quest tonight. But for like a larger overview of how the game works, that's essentially it. You you have your quests that you're going on. You can get side quests. You can have peaceful encounters or conflicts. And you gain XP. And this was like the first step in the quest line. The full quest was to do 3 of these clashes at these 3 cities. And that needs to happen within 12 days. And then you move on to your second region, which can be in the same region or it can be a different region like Skyrim or Morrowind or even like High Rock. And then you have another quest that you go on for another 12 days. And then you have your third session is a 3-day like final boss sort of thing. So when I did this, it took me probably about 12 hours to complete an entire campaign. Obviously, with me like explaining stuff and streaming, it's going to take me a little bit longer probably. But for tonight, I did what I wanted. I wanted to just do 4 days, do the first step in the quest line, and yeah, well, so I didn't fail this quest line per se. It just sucks because I have a wasted day, not wasted XP necessarily, but would have to try to do this again. I definitely think I made this harder on myself by selecting 5 level 1 humanoids instead of 1 level 5 humanoid. But I thought it'd be funner, and I thought that that's what the rules said, was to literally do as many humans as possible. So that's what I did, and they kicked my butt, and they critted me a lot. Man, look at this guy. This is the MVP right here. Look at him. That guy right there. 4 health. 2 damage. Nope, that's not 2 damage. That's crit every single flippin' time. Even when he misses, he crits. This orc bandit is the bane of my existence. I will come back for you, orc bandits, and I will find you, and I will have my revenge. But not tonight. Is this a 1-player game, or could I play it with my friends? So it is a 1 to 4 player game. Yeah, and it's meant to co-op and play with your friends for sure. And if it's definitely way better with more than 1 player, but I just wanted to get my grasp on it, and I will eventually get to the place of playing with more than 1 player. I'll play like with 2 players, or I want to do like my first campaign 1 player, and then stream a second campaign of 3 player, or first 1 player, then 2 player, then 3 player, and then maybe even 4 player. On my 4th campaign, do a 4 player one. But yeah. But yeah, let me know orcs for you. You can actually be an orc. Yeah, so you have 10 different races you can be. And like a dozen different classes, and then like a dozen different like skill lines that you can definitely do. I definitely am not good at this apparently. But yeah, 10 out of 10, I would highly recommend this. If you like Gloomhaven at all, or any of those kind of games, I would definitely recommend this game. It is amazing, and I am absolutely in love with this game. Yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting anybody to show up on this first stream. But Lo Chong, thanks for stopping in. Pause, love you, man, as always. I miss you. I miss hanging out with you a lot. We had some fun times with Pokemon Unite. But, like everything, you move on, and yeah, I'm trying to make Elder Scrolls board game my next thing for like the next year or 2 years. So, I'm happy my computer didn't crash, because I really thought it was it's been crashing a lot, so I'm happy it didn't crash. And yeah, so tomorrow night is Lux Digital Church over on Twitch. So I'll be doing that. And I haven't decided. They get over at 10. So 10 is kind of late for me to start doing a campaign. But I could possibly do a couple days. Like, I'm going to leave this out. And we'll resume our next session from here. And yeah, just take it one day at a time, I guess, as I try to get back into this whole streaming thing. But yeah, I guess let's just pray to end the night. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that you have given me. Thank you for this wonderful game that you've blessed me with. And God, I just thank you for my friends Lo Chong and Paws, and I just pray that you bless them, take care of them, protect them. And may this channel and these live streams just be a blessing to them. I really want to get back into this. I really, really do. So give me the energy. Take away, recover my fatigue, oh Lord. Cover the fatigue and my cooldown. Oh God. Oh, I love you, and yeah, I just want to share your love with everybody on the internet. So please bless my work so that I have time to do this more, because this is what I want to do. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, it looks interesting. Gonna have to pick the game up once I understand it from watching your streams. Can't believe you didn't think I would show up. Tick, tick. Thought we was friends. Oh, I know you always show up, Pause. I know. You always do. You always find me. On the most random of days. It just brings so much joy to my heart, though, honestly, whenever I get to see you show up. I was actually thinking about you earlier, Pause, the other day, and here, let me show my face, actually. I was actually thinking about you the other day, Pause, and I was like, dang, it really sucks that he lives over in Europe and I'm across the pond, because, it'd just be so much fun to, get together and have a game day. Even if it was across the U.S. or, whatever. But, yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping one day, maybe when I make all of that rich money one of these days, to fly over and meet you in person and just be able to, have some good time together in person. I don't know. That's just been something that I've been thinking about. I just, remember fondly hanging out with you a lot when I was streaming full time and doing all of that. And so love you, bro, and I'm gonna try really hard to do this, even if it's for an hour a night or something, but just one step at a time, whatever's sustainable, even if it's just once a week. Tuesday nights are the best for me, and so I'm going to commit to at least Tuesday nights. Wednesdays, because of Lux, that's going to be hard. Thursdays are hard. I might be able to do Friday nights. But my church does League After Lux on Friday, or Friday Night League. And so I've been really enjoying that. And so it's do I give that up to do this? I could totally do that. Maybe I should. But that's just been a really good bonding experience with my church as well. And so yeah, Tuesday nights is probably where it's going to be at for the next while, once a week. That feels sustainable to me at this point. Obviously, I want to do it more, but we flow, we move at the pace of God's will and stuff, and so we'll get there. I'll hold you to it. We had some fun, man. I was lucky to come across one of your vids. You have my support. You're going to need a new icon. Yeah, maybe. I've thought about name changes or whatever, but the thing is, I do really want to play the new Pokemon too and whatever, and I really like the name Gym Leader Justin, and so I'm fine with that. But I did delete all my old Pokemon Unite content videos, and yeah, so hopefully fill them with this. But all right, you're gonna keep me talking till midnight. I gotta get to bed though. So good night, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Love you, and let me know how I can be praying for you, because God loves you and He wants to have a relationship with you as well. So